West Ham have finally completed the coaching team Nuno Espirito Santo originally wanted, but the decision that made it possible has removed a figure who earned genuine affection during a very difficult period. At the same time, a World Cup winger is emerging as a possible replacement for Crescencio Somerville, with Sevilla prepared to discuss a sale and several major rivals watching closely. Those two developments could reshape both the dugout and the attack, so subscribe to the channel, stay with us, and let us get straight into it. Rui Pedro Silva has joined West Ham to work alongside Nuno Espirito Santo, completing a reunion that had been expected when the Portuguese head coach replaced Graham Potter last September. Nuno was supposed to arrive with the trusted staff who had worked beside him throughout his career. Rui Pedro Silva was expected to lead that new coaching group, with Julio Figueroa, Rui Barbosa, and Antonio Dias also identified for roles around the first team. That full plan never materialized, only Rui Barbosa arrived, while Mark Robson and Steve Potts stepped up from the academy to cover important positions during a demanding campaign. Results and performances did not improve as West Ham needed them to. Defeats against two of Nuno's former clubs, Wolves and Forest, left the Hammers 7 points adrift and searching for something capable of changing the mood. That search brought Paco Gémez to the club in mid-January. The former Ibiza head coach arrived on a short-term contract, brought authority to the backroom team, and quickly became a favorite among supporters and senior players. Gémez was not a quiet assistant prepared to watch events unfold. He challenged decisions and was willing to confront Nuno, including when Max Kilman was introduced from the bench in an attempt to close out a match. That direct character mattered. West Ham were struggling, confidence was damaged, and the coaching staff needed someone prepared to demand more rather than simply accept the direction of travel. His contract expired at the end of the season, leaving supporters hoping he might return and help lead the club back towards the Premier League. Gémez admitted that he did not know whether West Ham wanted him and was waiting for other job offers. The answer has now arrived through the confirmation of Nuno's completed staff. Rui Pedro Silva joined Steve Potts and Gerard Prenderville as assistant coaches, alongside goalkeeping coaches Rui Barbosa and Billy Lepini and lead fitness coach Jordan Smith. That official structure leaves no place for Gémez. West Ham confirmed his departure after his spell as Nuno's assistant during the second half of the season, while thanking him for his work and commitment. Mark Robson will return to his previous academy position as senior professional development phase coach and under-21s lead coach. Greg Lincoln will also return to his academy role after coaching the under-21s during the previous campaign. There is a clear football argument behind the appointment of Silva. He has been described as the tactical mind behind much of Nuno's success elsewhere, and his understanding with the head coach should give West Ham a more settled technical operation. Wolves supporters have reacted strongly to his departure, with some believing his arrival could make West Ham favourites for the championship title. That is praise, but it also creates immediate expectations around promotion. The sadness comes from losing Gémez just as the staff finally takes the shape Nuno initially wanted. He became valued because of what he offered in a crisis, not because he had years to build a reputation at the London Stadium. There may also be a straightforward explanation. Gémez made it clear that he would prefer his next position to be as a head coach, and remaining as an assistant may not have matched the direction he wanted for his career. West Ham must now make the new structure work. Silva brings history with Nuno. Gémez leaves with the respect of the support, and the responsibility sits with the head coach to turn a carefully assembled staff into results. Tell us whether West Ham have made the correct coaching decision, and subscribe for firm, focused coverage of every major development at the club. The work away from the dugout is just as important because West Ham are preparing for their first championship campaign since 2012, with promotion required at the first attempt. Relegation has already placed several important players under the spotlight. Matheus Fernandes became the first to complete a major departure, joining London rivals Tottenham Hotspur for £85 million after only one season with West Ham. Crescencio Somerville and Aaron Wan-Bissaka have also been linked with moves away from the London stadium. Those possible exits would remove proven quality from a squad that already needs strengthening before the market closes on the 1st of September. West Ham have now made an inquiry about Sevilla winger Ruben Vargas. Spanish outlet OBI has connected the Hammers with the 27-year-old, who is being considered as a possible successor to Somerville. Liverpool are among the clubs showing interest in Somerville, while Vargas is attracting attention from Tottenham Hotspur, Aston Villa, and Turkish side Trabzonspor. West Ham are therefore dealing with competition on both sides of a possible replacement plan. Sevilla are understood to be open to selling Vargas. A possible fee had been placed between €15 million and €20 million, equivalent to roughly £12.8 million and £17.1 million. His World Cup performances for Switzerland could push that price towards €25 million, around £21.4 million. That rise reflects his contribution as Switzerland reached the last 16. Vargas has started every match for his country at the tournament, producing 2 goals and 1 assist. Switzerland will face Colombia on the 7th of July, with the match scheduled for 9 o'clock in the evening UK time. His club record also offers a useful picture. Vargas joined Sevilla in the January 2025 transfer window and has since made 35 La Liga appearances, contributing 5 goals and 7 assists. The Swiss international is contracted to Sevilla until June 2029. West Ham would not be pursuing a player nearing the end of his deal, so negotiations would depend on Sevilla accepting a valuation that suits both clubs. Somerville has also performed well at the World Cup, and that will only increase interest in the former Leeds United winger. West Ham could therefore receive a substantial offer while simultaneously watching the price of his possible replacement rise. A figure around £50 million has been linked with Somerville. Selling at that level and replacing him for considerably less could leave funds available for other areas of a squad that must be built for a promotion campaign. But this cannot be reduced to transfer profit. Somerville offers attacking threat from wide areas, and West Ham would need goals, assists, and direct running from whoever takes his place. Vargas has shown those qualities for Sevilla and Switzerland, but he would still arrive with expectations. The coaching change and the winger search are connected by one central demand. West Ham are trying to create a side capable of responding immediately to relegation rather than allowing uncertainty to dominate the summer. Nuno now has Rui Pedro Silva beside him, along with Steve Potts, Gerard Prenderville, Rui Barbosa, Billy Lapini, and Jordan Smith that give him the completed structure West Ham failed to provide when he first arrived. The transfer department must offer the same clarity. Losing Matheus Fernandes was a major change, while possible departures for Somerville and Aaron Wan-Bissaka could force further rebuilding before the championship season develops. Vargas would represent an ambitious response rather than a retreat. He has La Liga experience, a productive record, a long Sevilla contract, and a prominent role for Switzerland on the World Cup stage. West Ham must still judge the cost carefully. The difference between the original valuation and a possible €25 million demand is significant, particularly when Tottenham Hotspur, Aston Villa, and Trabzonspor are also involved. There is no guarantee that Somerville will leave, and no guarantee that Vargas will arrive. What is clear is that West Ham are preparing for that possibility rather than waiting for a major sale to leave them without an option. The decision on James shows that sentiment will not control the rebuild. He was admired, respected, and influential, but West Ham chose the established partnership between Nuno and Silva as the foundation for what comes next. The same discipline must shape the squad. A large fee for Somerville would only represent good business if his replacement can deliver quickly and help West Ham challenge for promotion from the opening stages. Silva's arrival gives Nuno the trusted tactical support he wanted. Vargas could give him a dangerous wide attacker if Somerville moves on. Both developments carry promise, but both also increase the pressure on West Ham to make this rebuild count. The club cannot treat the Championship as a pause before returning to the Premier League. Promotion has to be earned, and that requires a united coaching staff, intelligent recruitment, and players prepared for the responsibility that comes with representing West Ham. Gemez leaves with gratitude, Silva arrives with a major reputation, and Vargas remains a serious option in a transfer situation that could change the shape of the attack. West Ham now need their decisions to produce authority on the pitch. Leave your verdict in the comments, support the channel with a like, and subscribe for more West Ham analysis.